everybody, my name is Sarah Davis and I want to welcome you to the final State Champs Network show of the season. With so many state finals taking place in all 3 states, you will be able to see exclusive state finals productions that provide comprehensive coverage of every state final in every sport.
That's right, I'm Lauren Planton. The point is that we still have great focused content coming your way over the next few weeks. It's just this particular show is sunsetting. So what's this show all about? It's about the best stuff we've featured on the network over the past week in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio.
We've got baseball sectionals from Indiana, some tennis state finals from Ohio, and district action in softball from Michigan. That's just a teaser of what we've got coming up.
That's right, this show is presented by Lawrence Tech, so let's get to it. The best of the week that was in the tri-state area in high school sports. Let's get to the highlights.
I'm Glenn Marini in the Fort Wayne area for State Champs Sports. 3A sectional title game in Decatur, Norwell and Oak Hill. A lot of scoring in this one. It starts in the top of the first. Oak Hill's Sam Stefanato drives one to the gap. Evan Pierce in, and it's 1-zip Golden Eagles. Norwell responding in the bottom half of the first. Runners on the corners. Luke Graft breaking for second. The throw into the outfield. Eli Riley scores easily from third, and that ties it at 1-all. A little later, more from Norwell. Rocco Haynes grounds to third. Oak Hill, a little shaky defense here. Graft would score, and Norwell takes the lead 2-1. Still in the first, Norwell not done. Crew Bustle at the plate, and Bustle lifts one to left. Brody Bolin scores, and after one, it's Norwell 3, Oak Hill 1. A Norwell starting pitcher, Brett Wathen, settling in here in the third, the senior righty, finishing off Oak Hill in the top half. Still a 3-1 game as we head into the bottom of the third. That's when Norwell breaks it open. Leighton Bailey here with a base knock. It scores Haynes. Norwell takes a 4-1 lead. Then it's the pitcher helping his own cause. 2 on for Wathen, and this one is deep to left. It would not be caught. A 3-run shot for Wathen. Norwell takes a 7-1 lead, and Norwell goes on to win the sectional title game by a final of 15-10 over Oak Hill.
I'm Andrew Garcia from the Hammond area. The last time Munster met Lake Central, the Mustangs won a 3-2 thriller. The Indians look for revenge in the winner-go-home sectional championship meeting. Bottom 1, Carter Dorn looks to start strong. The right-hander picks up a pair of Ks for LC. 1 inning later, Munster starter Bryce Shaw matches him with 2 of his own strikeouts, stranding a pair of runners. No score as we head to the bottom of the second. Dorn still going strong there. The senior striking out the side. We are still scoreless. Fast forward to the 4th inning, bags packed for the Indians. Connor Mish takes ball 4. That forces in a run as Jerry Edwards touches the dish. LC on the board first. Munster looking to halt things there. Chris Iatrides eats up the chopper and steps on third base. Mustangs escape with just the 1 run given up. To the 6th, Munster 5 outs away from elimination, but not on Denham Cozy's watch. The sophomore bounces one through the left side. Scoring on the play is Ben Greiner. Mustangs have tied it up at 1. To the 7th, Munster with a chance to win, and it is Greiner who delivers the dagger, keeping it fair down the line. Racing in from second base is Derek Winning with the winning run. Munster completes the comeback 2-1. The Mustangs move on to the LaPorte Regional on Saturday.
Northview Knights looking for a regional on the road at Cathedral. Lauren Sackett gets the start. She goes a complete game with just 1 run allowed and a strikeout here to keep the Irish at bay. Knights are up 3-1 in the 7th when Ellie Carter comes up with 2 on. She connects with a sacrifice to right. Maisie Pell comes in to score from third. That makes it 4-1 Northview. Then Lauren also good offensively. She can swing the bat. The error here allows her to reach, and another run scores for Northview. That's all the offense these Lady Knights would need as they win their first regional championship since 1995. 5-1 the final over Indy Cathedral.
3A Regional Championship softball game hosted by Wawasee. The Warriors taking on 7th-ranked Bishop Dwenger. And in the top of the first, you're going to see the Saints march in with some hot bats. How about Lexi Linder here at the plate? This one rolls all the way to the wall in left field. Avery Greider comes across to score, and Bishop Dwenger stakes itself to an early 1-zip lead. Bottom half of the first, though, Wawasee counters with a big swing from Keandra Olson, the senior. Cranks one out to the left field bleachers. That's a solo homer, and we are knotted at 1 apiece. Later in the first, though, how about some defense from the Saints? Lexi Linder in center field with the third out in the bottom of the first. The Saints defense was on point, and so was the pitching. Saints ace Olivia Tellez would go 7 innings, would give up just 4 hits, struck out 10, and allowed just 1 run. And part of the reason she only allowed 1 run was the defense for the Saints was so solid. Here in the bottom of the second, they rolled a 4-6-3 double play, and the game would be knotted at 1 apiece until the top of the third. Hannah Harnish going opposite field here. It lands for a base knock. Greider comes in to score. Bishop Dwenger takes a 2-1 lead, and the Saints never look back as Bishop Dwenger tops Wawasee 6-1 for a 3A regional championship.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University Athletics. We caught up with the LTU cross-country coach for a 2020-2021 season recap.
As you know, our season got pushed from the fall to the spring. We ended up having the kids come on campus in August. The only thing we could do with the kids was to practice. The kids came in August in great shape. I mean, it's very rarely do I have freshmen that come in and do the summer training schedule and come in great shape. And some of the times these kids were running was great. In fact, me and my assistant coach, John Barbie, we had to actually adjust our program that we had scheduled for the season. We had to adjust it because the kids just came in prepared. I mean, I had freshmen that were running faster than the freshmen I've had previously. With us adding track this year and this being our first year, a lot of the kids I got solely because of the reputation. Oh, we're having a new track program. So next season, things go according to plan. We'll go to some of our traditional meets, the Louisville Classic, we'll go to West Virginia. A lot of things that we've done in the past, a lot of the freshmen this year have never experienced. The road trips we went on just because of COVID, we couldn't leave the state. I'm hoping that these freshmen who will be sophomores now will actually be able to experience the fun that it is in cross country as the upperclassmen have.
Take your future into your hands. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
The softball playoffs beginning with a great Division I pre-district matchup between Grand Blanc and Davison. The Bobcats playing as the visiting team on their home field. And in the top of the first, they score first. Carson Kuhlman on second when Sydney Long singles to right. That brings Kuhlman racing home to give Grand Blanc the early lead. Kendall Klochak then takes over on the mound for the Cats. The Purdue commit comes out throwing smoke, striking out the side in the first. After giving up that 1 run in the first, the Cardinals' Paige Anderson matched Klochak, getting some help from her third baseman Ella McLeod with a diving catch. The Cards finally get their first base runner in the fourth, and Anderson brings her in with the line shot to right, McLeod coming in to tie it up at 1 apiece. Grand Blanc puts its leadoff hitter on in the sixth, Sydney Long with the hot shot, but right at Gabrielle Monreal, who steps on first for the double play. So it remained tied into the bottom of the seventh. 2 outs, no one on, when Sydney Fielder finds a hole, takes a bad bounce past the left fielder, allowing Fielder to get into scoring position at second. She was then replaced by freshman Layla Lupu. Then it's Marissa Metzger with the single to center. Davison coach Brad Brown holds up Lupu at third as the throw comes to the plate, But as the Bobcats convene at the mound, watch Brown tell Lupu to take off for the plate. There's no one there, and that's a walk-off winner. Davison stuns Grand Blanc, which entered the playoffs ranked second in the state, but it's all done after just one game. It's the Cardinals moving on with a 2-1 win.
Well, at first he told me to go back to third, and then he told me to just go home, so I just went as fast as I could, and I went home.
We just saw the catcher walking out, no time was called, and I got a speedy girl at third with Layla Lupu, and she just beat her at home.
It feels like Christmas. That was the best day of my life.
I'm Chuck Pellerito with a Division I Baseball District semifinal at Utica Ford, where a pair of division winners matched up. The host Falcons, winners of the white, were taking on the blue champs, the Utica Chieftains. Utica jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the first thanks to a pair of doubles, and they would add on in the second. Dane Cargill standing on second, bottom of the order coming through, Brandon Johnston rips one right back up the middle, Cargill makes his way home, and it was 2-0. Darren Welch on the hill for Utica, and he dispatched the bottom of the order with no threats, getting a strikeout on Nate Hill. Brendan Bettini flies out to center. And then Brady Carson grounds it to short, bare hand pickup, and a great stretch by Dylan Cubbett at first to make the play. And Brendan Seaman, pitching for the Falcons, settled down, picking up 3 Ks in the third inning to hold it at a 2-run deficit. Ford would cut into the lead in the third. Bases loaded and nobody out. Noah Bright rolls one to second base, flipped to short, and across to one for the 4-6-3 double play. Run scores, but no ribby for Bright. In the fourth, Ford with runners on the corners. One down, Carson comes through. Grounder that finds its way into right field, brings in Hill, and we had ourselves a tie ball game. A few batters later, bases loaded, 2 down. Kyle Revere sends one right back through the box. Bettini easily scores from third, and the Falcons take a 3-2 lead. Jumping out of the fifth, runner on second, and Nate Hill up to bat. He gets a hold of one, and that one carries the wall in left center field for a 2-run homer, upping Ford's lead 5-2. Meanwhile, Seaman still wheeling and dealing on the hill for the Falcons, picking up his 6th strikeout in the 6th. Ford picks up 2 more insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on second and third for Connor Cornwell, and he's first pitch swinging, driving it over the left fielder's head, scoring both runners, and he pulls into second with a stand-up double. Last call for the Chieftains. They added 2 runs on a Welch hard-hit single to third base, and Dylan Pawensky gets one as well, but Seaman tightens up and gets the final strikeout to end the game as Utica Ford heads to the district finals, beating Utica 7-4, the final score.
I'm Greg Molson at Dunham Hills for a Division I Boys Golf Regional. Let's start with the individuals, and it's Walled Lake Northern's Ryan O'Rourke with a nice par-saving putt on the 10th. He finished in 6th place with a 76, qualifying for the state finals. Neil Zhu of Detroit Catholic Central was 1 shot better, finishing in 5th place with a 75. The next individual qualifier for states was Braden Nemec of Plymouth, who shot a 74 to finish in 4th. Lakeland's McCoy Bajoli finished in 3rd. He hits the nice chip shot on his final hole to finish with a plus 273 and will also advance to the D1 state tournament. At the top of the leaderboard, we had Brighton's Davis Codd. He took the lead with back-to-back birdies on the 12th and 13th, then followed that up with 4 pars in the final 5 holes. The senior, who plays hockey in the OHL with the Saginaw Spirit, returned from an NHL prospects camp to finish with a 1 under par 70. That score was matched by Heartland's Cole Lamberger, playing on his home course. Check out the approach shot on the 10th, setting up a short birdie putt. That was one of 6 birdies for Lamberger on the back 9 as he shot a 1 under 70, setting up a playoff for medalist honors. The two seniors from rivals Brighton and Heartland would start on the 10th. And Lamberger finds trouble behind the trees he has to punch out and would have to get up and down from there to get a par. He ended up with this 35-footer to try to keep his hopes alive, and he reads it perfectly.
I knew which way it broke, and I knew when I hit it there that I'd have a good chance of making it, and I just had to get it on line with the right speed. And now I hit it, and I was looking at it, like last 10 feet, I thought it looked good, and then it just drops. And that was an amazing feeling.
That's the fun about golf. You know, when you get a competitor like him, and in the moment, things like that can happen. So, you know, when that happens, there's nothing you can do but give him a fist bump and smile and, you know, hit your shots.
Codd still with a chance to win if he could hit this birdie putt, but it's right and short. So they'd go to the 18th for a second playoff hole, and it's Codd for par, just burning the edge. So Lamberger could win it with a par, and he gets it. The senior from Heartland beating the senior from Brighton, earning medalist honors.
It means everything. That was actually like my first tournament win, so to come out here and play that well and roll the rock like that, it feels very good to come out and beat crosstown rival.
You know, that was such an unreal experience to get the playoff and everyone watching. Cole is such a great competitor, and you know, that was just so much fun. That was a blast.
In the team race, Detroit Catholic Central earned a spot at the state tournament. Joey Purr with the birdie putt as the Shamrocks finished in third. At the top, it was the same story as the individual race, with Heartland edging out Brighton by just 2 shots, 304 to 306.
Proud of them. I mean, we came in a little bit of an underdog, I would have to say. Really didn't have a lot of pressure on us. I just said, let's go have some fun and play some golf. We know the golf course. Focus was on staying in the present, playing one hole at a time and having fun, enjoying the day and not quitting until it's over.
I'm Jeremy Addo. We head to Trenton High School for a Division II girls soccer district final between the Chiefs from New Boston Huron and the Marauders from Gibraltar Carlson. New Boston Huron trying for its first district crown in 8 years and looking to get on the board first. Here's Hughes turning and firing on the net, but junior keeper Araya Shulaw is there for the diving stop. As for Carlson, they were in search for their first ever district title in school history. With 17 minutes to go in the opening half, sophomore Rachel Poley loops it over the top and just takes a high bounce and over the fingertips to give the Marauders a 1-0 lead. But back come the Chiefs just 10 minutes later. Ashley Christensen able to get to the ball first and send it home. They remain tied going into the half. But New Boston Huron was turning on the pressure in the second half. Olivia Manoa with the feed to Grace Traster, who heads it into the hands of Shulaw, who proudly presents the ball afterwards. Well, just over 7 minutes left in this one with the rain pouring down now. Chiefs on the attack here. Hughes with a clean look on net, but just sails wide. Overtime would have to decide this district final. To the second OT we go. The Chiefs looking for the go-ahead strike. It's Hughes bending it towards the cage. Shulaw gets her hand at it, rings off the bar, but still able to cover the ball up for another save. We're heading to a shootout.
If we think we're going to win, we're going to win. We're going to win if we think we're going to win. Competition.
Isabella Elliott was up first for Huron, but it's who else? Shulaw again with a sprawling save. Next up it would be Poley for the Marauders, and spirals this one through. Carlson up 1-0. After another Huron miss, the Marauders looking to extend the lead, and it's Allison Dillon doing the honors. Carlson now up a pair. A few shooters later, Huron needs to score to extend things here, but Christensen's shot sails high. Celebration time for Carlson as the Marauders beat Huron in the shootout 2-0, capturing their first district title in school history by a final score of 2-1.
Carlson Soccer, we won districts. I don't know what else to say, but just thank you for watching. Thank you.
So how's it feel to be district champs for the first time in school history?
It feels amazing. I just came here prepared to finish it out and even go all the way to PK, so I was prepared for it all.
It just means everything. We put our heart out on the field just every single time, and we just earned it. And I'm just so proud of my teammates. We worked so hard to get it.
I started coaching here at Carlson with my daughter in 2012, and this is something that all the girls have always wanted. And I always joked with this team that they were probably my second favorite team because my daughter was on that first team that I coached. And they asked me after the game, are they my favorite team? And they are. They're my favorite team. It's just a feeling I can't. It's tough. I'm at a loss for words.
I'm Greg Molson at Rochester Adams for a district final between Utica Eisenhower and Rochester Stony Creek. The Cougars advanced with a 1-0 semifinal win over Romeo, in which Brendan Davis threw a no-hitter. Chad Antone wasn't quite as good, but he was close, getting the dribbler to third to end the first, stranding a runner at third. The Cougars then take the lead in the second. Andrew Shafrick with the double down the line. He would then score the game's first run on a sacrifice fly. Still in the second, it's Eric Booth on third, and Brendan Davis brings them home with the single to right to make it 2-zip. Zach Jones brings in one more in the inning with the single to left to make it 3-0 Stony Creek.
Keep going, Danny, keep going!
Eagles starter Jake Varellen would shut down the Cougars the rest of the way, getting the 6-4-3 double play here, keeping Eisenhower in it. But the Ike hitters could not get to Antone, shutting out the Eagles through 6. Eisenhower finally gets a couple of runners on in the 7th as Stony Creek brings in Jake Parks to try to close it out. The Eagles finally get on the board with a sacrifice fly to center, bringing in Justin Hurt to cut the lead to 3-1.
No throw.
But on the very next pitch, Parks gets the infield pop-up to end it. Rochester Stony Creek claiming the district title, giving up just 1 run in 2 games.
I mean, it's really cool. It was a great team win today, and, it's awesome. It really is. It's awesome.
It's a long time coming. It's been a few years since we won one. These group of boys are so awesome. We have 14 seniors, and they just gave their all today. It was pretty special.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
I'm Kevin Trzynski with a Division IV Baseball Regional Semifinal from Strongsville. The Tiffin Calvert Senecas coming off a win over Fremont St. Joseph Central Catholic in the district final, taking on Vienna Matthews. Winners over Western Reserve for their district crown. Bottom of the first, and Senecas opening up the scoring. Nick Seifert at the dish with a runner on first, and he rips one into left center that bounces around, and Nick Palm comes all the way in from first, making it 1-0. Seifert pulled in with a double, and next batter, Josh Gase, pops one up to center field. Sunlight playing a factor, that falls harmlessly, and Seifert comes around to score. Next batter, Mason Johnson, gets out in front of the 3-1 breaking ball. That's right down the right field line. Gase in from third, and it was 3-0 after 1. In the second, bases loaded for the Mustangs, and Seifert on the hill. But he gets out of the jam with a 1-2-3 double play, and Matthews stays off the board. Bottom of the inning, and Senecas add a run on a wild pitch before Alex Nicholson bears down and gets a K to limit the damage to just 1. But in the third, not so lucky, Seifert standing on first, and Gase with the rope into right center. Seifert coming all the way from first to score, ups it to a 5-0 lead. Next batter, Johnson, showing that when you hit the ball hard, good things happen. This one gets into right field, Gayson from second. They would add one more on a pass ball, score 7-0 after the third. Mustangs break through in the fourth. Hayden Matheny up with runners on the corner. Smokes one over the left fielder's head. That's going to score both Nicholson and Christian Murdy. But that's all they were able to get as Tiffin Calvert goes on to win this one, 12-2, the final score.
Way to go, Blue! Don't forget Blue.
I'm Chuck Pellerito at the 2021 OHSAA Boys Tennis State Finals from the Lindner Family Tennis Center as we get our first state finals of the spring underway. We'll start things off in Division II with the doubles finals between brothers Josh and Chika Nwezuzu, a senior and freshman respectively from Pepper Pike Orange, as they took on the team of Ari Tuckerman and Jack Madison, a pair of seniors from Gahanna Columbus Academy. Tuckerman and Madison would take the first set 6-3 thanks to throwing off the Nwezuzu brothers with an unorthodox serve style. But the brothers came back strong in the second set to even things up, winning it 6-2. And then they would shore up the dub, taking set number 3 6-4, and they couldn't have been more excited to win.
Johnny, I mean, it's tough, you know. The match is not easy. You know, we had 2-3 setters in the second day of the state tournament. I'm trying my best. My shoulders hurting, the weather conditions. What can you say, man? It's all focus, really. Yeah. Thank you. Johnny, I felt great. Honestly, felt amazing. The focus was there, but the footwork wasn't. Haven't been eating much. I've been stressed. I'm making excuses. Yeah, but but we came back and we kicked back into the match. We don't. It's almost like it's really amazing.
Our opponent hit with an underhand serve. We let our guard down.
Very true.
He's a good player.
Very true.
We didn't give him the respect that they deserved
All
in the
true
beginning.
things. All true things.
And that led to the difficult game that we played today.
That's very true.
They're good players. We
That's
loved
very
it.
true.
Had a whole lot of fun.
Very true.
Probably the most fun match of the year, man.
Very true.
Lovely.
Over in the singles division, it was sophomore Ben Pomeranitz from Pepper Pike Orange. His road to the finals, all 2-set victories. He was up against Chagrin Falls' Andrew Zimkoski, also all 2-set wins heading to the championship match. Pomeranitz takes the first set 6-4, looking to keep the sweep alive. But in the second set, Zimkoski would change the script. Great forehand, and he drops it in the perfect spot to send this one to a decisive third set. Back and forth it would go in the third before Zimkoski doesn't get enough air on the backhand to clear the net. But he would come back and finish it off, taking the D2 state championship, winning the third set over Ben Pomeranitz 6-3.
Lost the first set 6-4. It was up a break early. He played incredible at the end of the first set. And then I came out firing at the end of the beginning of the second set, got into the lead, kept that lead, and I was able to bring it through the third set. And obviously, you ended up cramping, not the way you really want at the end, but it feels good. This year was definitely a lot tougher, a lot of battles this year. It feels great.
In the Division I doubles, it was senior Sam King and junior Akshi Joshi from Mason, matched up with a pair of seniors in Devin Boyer and Ryan Mudre from New Albany. Booker on the serve. Mason able to handle it, gets it back over. Mudre reaches in the front court but spikes it into the net. And check out the high effort play here. Back and forth they go. King sneaks one past Mudre, races to save it but wouldn't be enough to get the point. But they were able to take set one. Mudre and King go back and forth, but King sends it wide. New Albany takes it 6-4. Mudre and Boyer keep the momentum going and keeping the pair from Mason off balance. King reaching way out back, but can't get it over the net. Mason answers back though. Joshi lets a big forehand rip. Mudre out of reaction, able to get a piece of it, but right in the ground as Joshi and King take set 2, 6-4. And it was all Boyer and Mudre in the third set. Back and forth between Joshi tries to drop one in the back of the court, but it goes just long, and Devin Boyer and Ryan Mudre win the Division I doubles in 3 sets.
It feels great. This is my second time winning, and I accomplished my freshman year. Sophomore year, I was cut short. I got third place, and then junior year we didn't have. So it feels great to win it twice. For Ryan, it was his first time, so I was just not excited for only myself, but for Ryan to get his first state championship and something he'll remember forever.
In the Division I singles, we saw another player from Mason, Vignesh Gojaneni, and he was taking on Brandon Carpico from Gahanna Lincoln. First set, and both players using the entire court before Carpico puts it into the net. Great job from Gojaneni being patient. Back and forth they go before Carpico moves to the net. Vignesh stays back and he puts it out of range. And check out the placement of this one. Carpico drops it just inside the boundary line for the point. And Carpico would take the first set, 6-4, grabbing a quick point after back and forth that Vignesh put into the net. And in the second set, Carpico can see the win in sight. Vignesh overplays it just a hair, and Brandon sends him back the other way. And another great battle here. Using the entire court to his advantage, Brandon drops one in the back corner. Vignesh running backwards, but it's just low, and Brandon Carpico wins the Division I state championship in 2 sets.
It feels awesome, you know. It's my first time down here, so walking away with a win is super cool, and it just feels right. It's awesome. Probably nerves. I was pretty nervous going onto the court for today, like today's final. So just managing the nerves, and yeah, that was probably the biggest thing that I did.
We want to thank you so much for watching as this State Champ show comes to a close for the season. In the craziest high school sports season ever, we have made it through. And we have some incredible moments shared here over the school year.
That's right, and you can relive all of it by either downloading the free State Champs app and watching them there, or go to our State Champs TV YouTube page, or visit our website, statechampsnetwork.com. Find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We got you covered.
Huge shout out to Chuck Pellerito for being the editor of this show all season long. As we send a big thank you to our vast network of employees and freelancers in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. We couldn't have done any of this coverage without your terrific work.
That's right. Stay connected with State Champs on social media. Look for the state final shows premiering over the next several weeks with full coverage of all the spring sports state finals. I would say let's do it again next week, but instead, how about we do it again next fall? Sound good?
It's a date.
State Champs High School Sports Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.